our best homemade meals. And today, there's no recipe.
Hello, it's me.
On the other hand, I will explain something magical that happens with almost anyone who cooks. How to avoid food from sticking. You can leave a phone on the pan, but after taking the food off and realizing that half of it is still stuck, isn't sexy at all. So you may wonder, why this happens to me? Well, there are two motives, chemical and physical. The first are chemical reactions caused by the heat where proteins bond with metals in the pan. The second happens because besides looking flat, every pan has little craters which its atoms are shaken by the heat and end up biting the protein.
Yeah, but why the science class?
So you may understand the three most common ways to avoid it. The most usual is using Teflon because it reacts less with the proteins and it is almost flat. The next one would be moving the protein until it's completely sealed, but the taste won't be even close to the ideal. And the traditional one, which is using fat. Oil and butter are mainly necessary on ingredients rich in proteins and low in fat, which are the #1 pan huggers. And also, oil doesn't mix with water, so when the food heats up and its liquid evaporates, it creates a tiny barrier separating the food. Finally, the fat will fill the craters, creating a flat surface while covering with a cape. But to make it work, we should be aware of three things: the temperature of the pan, the fat, and the food. You gotta heat the pan until a temperature where the atoms can dilate until they cover the crates, making them impossible to bite the food. But do it slowly. If you use a high heat, the pan will warm up quickly and you're gonna miss the ideal temperature because it's a short gap. And the heat transfer is retarded. If you feel the pan is on point and decrease the heat, she will continue to warm up a little bit more before going to the new temperature. And this is a problem because with the heating of the proteins, their chemical bonds get weaker and break. But if the pan is too hot, the food will burn before it happens. But how will I know the right temperature? And this is when the leading frost effect shows up. Leading what? Let me show you how it works. It's a magical effect, which the temperature is so hot that when the water touches the pan, it evaporates instantly. Then, the steam pushes up the remaining liquid, making it float. So, this is the time you remove the water, and with a spoon, a spatula, or a paper, you spread the fat that you're gonna use. We didn't add it sooner for two reasons. Some fats could heat up quicker than the pan, getting burned before it reaches the right temperature. The second is that the warm fat is dilated, so it will yield more when filling the holes. But beware, if you add too much, when the liquid on the surface evaporates, the protein will absorb the excess of fat and it won't be sexy. The last tip will be about the food's temperature. If it's cold or humid when you put it in the pan, they will cool it down, ruining all the process. So, wait for them to defrost, dry with a paper towel to remove any moist, and you are ready to go. And that's it, my people. If you found it interesting, please share it. But don't forget to subscribe, because there is much more coming. Thanks, and see you on